What's up, guys? Matt Brown here for lineups.com. So, a little Thursday night football. Huge game between the Cowboys and the Lions. As you can see right here, this is 3 in favor of the Lions at home. 54.5 is our total. If you think this thing is won outright by the Cowboys, you can catch plus 140. This is from our friends over at BetMGM. If you guys don't have an account over there, use promo code lineups. You can get a first bet refund up to $1,500 if your first bet happens to lose. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, if you have not done so yet, channel's absolutely free. Everything we do here. This is the injury report, and I'll start here with the Cowboys because we'll make our way back to the Lions because it's really impactful over the Lions side of things. You can see here on the Cowboys side, Tyler Guyton being out sucks. That is a left tackle that is out for them. They did not activate Trayvon Diggs, so when it says out, he's coming off of IR. Getting the 3 limiteds, though, it looks like he's going to be back next week. So they'll have reinforcements coming in the secondary. Malik Hooker is listed as questionable, but you can see 3 limiteds in a row. Very likely that he ends up going. And this was just some stuff here with Clowney, kind of rest stuff going on with him, and then he did get in that practice, and he's questionable. So really, your big out here is Guyton. It's not going to be in for the Cowboys. But, boy, here we go on the Detroit side of things. So we know, already down Sam Laporta for the season. Backup tight end, Brock Wright, is now out for this game. Doesn't stop there. Khalif Raymond, return guy, deep depth chart wide receiver dude, out. Kirby Joseph, starting safety, out. Then look at this list of questionables. Brian Branch, Taylor Decker, Graham Glasnow, Penei Sewell, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, these are all starters. Those are all starters for this team. Amon-Ra, you see, didn't even practice all week. And, listed as questionable, but I mean, even if he goes, it's an ankle. I understand it's low ankle, not high ankle sprain, but it's a short week, and he wasn't able to even get out any sort of practice whatsoever. So even if he goes, he is going to be greatly compromised here in this one. And then you can see 3 starting offensive linemen all listed as questionable to varying degrees. Like the Taylor Decker one's very interesting, right? Look, limited, DNP limited. Penei Sewell was fine, and then all of a sudden DNP limited. So stuff's going on with that whole offensive line. Not great for them. But, I mean, just the guys that are out is bad enough, and then now you have all these guys that are questionable with, you would think not every single one of them is going to play. So going to be shorthanded for this Lions team for sure. And even if they do go, again, like Amon-Ra, unable to practice at all with an ankle injury, can't be 100%. Can't even be close to 100%. So this was a pretty easy play on the dog for me with the Cowboys. If you take a look, since week 9, they're a top 5 run defense in the NFL, which is great whenever the Lions are coming to town and you have that 1-2 punch. Look, the acquisition of Quinnen Williams, Logan Wilson has paid dividends already for this Cowboys defense. They are much, much better than they were at the beginning of the season. Then also you get guys back from injury. That's another thing that that has helped this thing out. Overshown comes back off of IR. Great player for them on the defensive side. Looks like they switched up the scheming just a little bit. And boy, so what you're getting here is a legitimately good run defense now. Now, the pass defense leaves a little bit to be desired, but the thing is if you can shut down the run, then you can at least just focus a little bit more attention on stopping the pass. And that's basically what the Cowboys have done to really and truly transform this defense from one of the worst in the NFL to about middle of the pack, a little bit better than middle of the pack, actually. And when you have an offense like they have, that's good enough. And so with all of this stuff, of course, Terry and Arnold, I didn't even mention that, out for the season as well for the Lions. They are just getting ravaged by the injuries bug. So really, really unfortunate for this team. A team that I had as high as 2 in my power ratings, like not even that long ago, maybe like 6 weeks ago. But these are 2 teams going in opposite directions here. So pretty easy click for me on the Cowboys. 3.5 was available earlier in the week. Obviously 3 is fine. Might get 3.5 again. You can see this is juiced. So it's never going to 2.5. So if you want to hold out and see if you get the 3.5, that's fine. But 3, it's the same. Just basically just increases the push equity, obviously. But Yeah, I like the Cowboys a good bit. Now, from a prop standpoint, I'm going to head over here. We're going to go to the receiving side of things, and boy, we're going to be digging deep here. You know, again, it does not look like Amon-Ra is going to go. That's why you see Jameson Williams up at 5.5. You can see Jahmyr Gibbs having to get very involved in the pass game, 4.5. They're thinking Tesla might pick up some of the targets. You can see Tom Kennedy. Yeah, I know you didn't even know what a Tom Kennedy was, but like him. We're actually going to go a little bit further down, and we're going to go Ross Dwelly. And here's the thing. We only need 2 catches from the dude, and there is no tight end. He's going to play. I mean, like, he's going to run the majority of the routes. He's going to be out there for the majority of the snaps. Starter and the backup are both out in this game. So we're asking for 2 catches from Dwelly in this one, and it's just, I know it's gross, and it's a gross click. You probably don't even know who Ross Dwelly is, but this is like I said, pretty damn good run defense now for the Cowboys. I think the Lions, to have success, are going to have to throw the ball. And it's not just going to all go to Jameson Williams. He's just not that type of receiver. And sure, maybe Tesla picks up a couple extra targets. Maybe Tom Kennedy gets a couple targets. But Dwelly's going to get targeted in this game. I like the over 1.5 catches for him. If you wanted to play in conjunction, since we're looking at, just 2 catches for him, it's only 14.5 yards, right? So if you wanted to do, a little bit of a unit on both, that's perfectly fine. I'm probably going to play both actually, because again, I just think the Lions are not going to have a ton of success on the ground against this kind of new look Cowboys run defense. And especially with that offensive line, everybody all beat up. Like, they're not gonna be able to run block the way they've been run blocking all year. And so, I think they're going to have to throw it a little bit more often. There's no other tight end to get the work done. So I think Dwelly picks up the slack there in that one. I can't really go with Pickens or Lamb because honestly, Dak has been so incredibly good this year. And so, like, when teams have shaded covers to Lamb, he goes to Pickens. When teams have shaded covers to Pickens, he goes to Lamb. I mean, really the only automatic is that Jake Ferguson's the dude, like, gets a bunch of the third down looks, but that's a pretty high number. So I'm not going to mess with that. So we'll just play the backup tight end. Actually, the backup of the backup here in Dwelly. And then, of course, we're going to play the Cowboys at the plus there. I'm going to sprinkle on the money line as well for the Cowboys. I think they have a pretty good chance to win this game outright. Again, as always, guys, hit that subscribe button down below. Let me know in the comment section how you are going to play this one. Can the Cowboys win this thing? Can they run the table? Can they make the playoffs? Are they actually a threat now that they have a defense? And can the Lions stop the bleeding even with all of these injuries? Cannot wait to find out. And good luck on all your Thursday Night Football bets.